The human voice is the instrument that we all play, perhaps the most powerful sound in the world. It is the only thing that can start a war or say, "I love you." But many people go through the situation where when they speak, others don't listen. Why is that? How to speak powerfully to create change in the world. My suggestion is that there are some bad habits that we need to break. Here I have gathered 7 deadly mistakes in communication. I don't say this list is exhaustive, but these 7, in my opinion, are the major bad habits that anyone can commit. First, gossiping, speaking ill of those who are absent. Not good, and we know that the gossiper, 5 minutes later will be spreading rumors about us. Second, judgment. We know that person when we talk, and it's hard to listen to someone when we know they're judging us and criticizing us for being incompetent. Third, negativity. You can have this. My mother, in her later years, became very negative, so it was hard to listen. I remember one day I said to her, "Today is October 1st, she said, "You know, isn't that terrible?" Laughs. But many people go through the situation where when they speak, others don't listen. Why is that? How to speak powerfully to create change in the world. My suggestion is that there are some bad habits that we need to break. Here I have gathered 7 deadly mistakes in communication. I don't say this list is exhaustive, but these 7, in my opinion, are the major bad habits that anyone can commit. First, gossiping, speaking ill of those who are absent. But is there a positive way to think about it? Yes. I would like to suggest 4 cornerstones. A solid foundation. A place to stand. If we want our words to be strong and have the power to change the world. Fortunately, these 4 things come together in one word. That word is hail, and we have a wonderful definition. I am not talking about hail falling from the sky and hitting you on the head. I am talking about this definition. A greeting. Or a warm welcome. Which is how our words are received. If we rely on these 4 things. So what do they stand for? See if you can guess. The H, honesty. Of course. Tell the truth, be direct, and be clear. The A, authenticity. Be yourself. A friend of mine describes this as saying what you believe to be true, which I think is a great way to put it. The I is integrity. Be your word. Live what you say. And be trustworthy. And the L is love. I don't mean romantic love, but wishing well for others, for 2 reasons. First of all, I think we probably don't want absolute honesty. I mean, oh my gosh, you look really bad this morning. Maybe that's not necessary. Kai doak noi bang tin yu. Sutrung tuk I la dang kui. Han nua, nu ban that su. Mong lan cho ai du. Ti ko da fan zed ho. Tua kong chik ban ko the. Lam hai du du. Trong kong mot luke. Du la hail. Du la en hung du ban noi. En hung nu ong ba thuong day. Nguai du ban noi. Kan la catch ban noi. Ban ko mot hop. Dung si u tu et voi. En hung dung si u nai. He kong the tuong duok. En hung ko it nuoi. Tung mo no ra. Tua muon luk loi. Cheek hop nai. Kung ban. Va lay ra vi mon. Ko the ban muon cam lay. Va Thursday choi. Da tang suc man. Cho loi noi qua ban. Range, for example. A high-pitched voice probably doesn't work. But there's a range in between. I won't go into technique. With voice coaches, you can shape your voice. If I speak in my nose, you can hear the difference. If I lower my voice to my throat, it sounds like most of us. But if you want to add weight, you need to lower your voice to your chest. Do you hear the difference? We vote for politicians with deep voices, yes, because we associate depth with power and authority. That's the range. Then there's timbre. That's the feeling your voice gives off. Research shows that we prefer a warm, smooth, emotional voice, like hot chocolate. If you don't have that, it's not the end of the world. Because you can practice. Get a voice coach. And you can do amazing things with breathing, posture, and voice exercises to improve your timbre. Then there's intonation. I love intonation. It's when people sing with the metalanguage we use to convey the meaning of our words. It's the root of meaning. In conversation, people who just speak in a monotone, without variation. In intonation, it's hard to listen. That's where the word monotonous comes from. Or monotony. It's monotonous. Then there's also the repetitive intonation, where every word ends as a question, even though it's not a question. It's a statement. Laughter. And if you keep repeating it, it limits your ability to communicate with intonation. And I think this is also not a good thing. Try to get rid of that bad habit. Pace. I get very, very excited by talking very, very fast. Or I can slow down right away for emphasis. And at the end of the sentence, of course, there's the old friend. Silence. There's nothing wrong with a little silence in a conversation, right? We don't have to fill it in with ums and ahs. Silence can be very authoritative. Of course, pitch is often accompanied by tempo to show excitement. But pitch can also be used alone. Where did you put my keys? Where did you put my keys? The meanings of the two sentences are slightly different in these two ways of saying them. And finally, intensity. I can be very excited by using intensity. Sorry if I startle anyone. Or, I can get your real attention by speaking very quietly. Some people are always broadcasting. Try not to do that. That's called overpowering. Imposing your voice on those around you in a thoughtless and careless way. Not good. Of course, when all of this is used is when you have to say something important. It could be standing on stage and speaking in front of an audience. It could be proposing, asking for a raise, giving a speech at a wedding. Whatever the event, if it's important, you find yourself needing this tool, and the machine will be turned on. And no machine runs well without being warmed up. Warm up your voice. Let me show you how. Can you all stand up for a moment? I'll show you 6 vocal warm-ups that I always do before every speech. When you're about to speak to someone important, do this. First, raise your arms. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Ah, like that. One more time. Oh, very good. Now let's warm up our lips. Now say BA, 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 BA. BA, 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 BA. Very good. And now, BRRRRRRR. Just like when you were a kid. BRRRR. Now your lips are full of life. Next is the tongue exercise. By exaggerating. La, 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 la. Good. You did very well. And then, roll your tongue into an R. Like soaking your tongue in champagne. Finally, I'll demonstrate it once. Professionals call it a whistle. This is very good. It goes from the letter we to the letter ah. We is high, ah is low. Here we go. We a we, we a we. Great. Give yourself a round of applause. Please sit down. Thank you. Applause. Next time before you speak, do these things. Now let me summarize. This is the important point. This is our situation. Right. We don't speak well to people who don't listen. In an environment filled with noise and cacophony. I've said it on this forum at various times. What would the world be like if we spoke more loudly to people who listened attentively? In an environment suitable for conversation. More broadly, what would the world be like if we made our sounds consciously, and listening to sounds consciously, and designing spaces consciously for conversation? That sounds great. A world that takes knowledge as its standard. It's an idea worth sharing. Thank you. Thank you.